My least favorite question, and I 1000% believe this is my most asked question, is how do you feel? What do you mean by that? What do you mean, how do I feel? I can feel the ground. I can feel this wood. I can feel his skin on my skull. I can feel these headphones squishing my ears. What do you mean, how do I feel? And then I remember this other line that somebody told me a while ago that she told me that she sees me more or less as performing my emotions compared to feeling them. And I'm like, there's a difference. There's a So I 1000% know why I am the way that I am. I grew up in an environment where you can't be too happy, you can't be too sad, you can't be too mad, you can't be too seen, you can't be too unseen. So therefore, find the middle ground when there is no middle ground, because even when you match that exact same chemistry that you did before, it doesn't work now because there's no controlled variant. Essentially, the mood unstabilizer, because she does not stabilize the mood whatsoever, will always be upset no matter if you do it the exact same way that you did last time. You always have to find a new, different, better way. And as growing up and developing, I'm doing my best not to be the person that had to be the person to continue to be this person. But Rome wasn't built in a day. And it takes a lot of time and learning and a relearning of the things that you did learn that, oh shit, I learned it incorrectly. So therefore, I have to relearn the things that I thought I did know just so I now know. Which has just taught me that I'm very thankful for those that have patience with me as well as are willing to learn. And because I 1000% believe I meet people more where they're at than they meet me where I'm at. Because regardless of the fact that probably on paper I should be the one that's accommodated, I do the accommodating. And that's because I've come to learn that when people are frustrated, most of them just hike up their anger instead of trying to figure out why is, because I'm even one of them. I can feel myself getting angry and angry to a point where it's just like rage and I just want to punch through shit. But I also realize I, I also realize I'm a black man in America. They're gonna shoot me if I lose my temper, especially if I do it out in public. Now it's not always gonna be the case, and I'm well aware of that. But that's where my mind goes because, well, you don't have as much public sympathy and empathy, and it's always about community. Because sometimes they'll be patient with you, they'll give you time, they'll give you attention, they'll give you love, and it might just be because they can relate to you. It might be because they find you attractive. It might be because you remind them of someone that they love deeply. It might be because X, Y, Z, A, B, C. So many damn variables. This shit don't confuse the shit out of me. So therefore, I'm just doing my best, human well. But what does that mean? Like, I want to say one of the biggest things that I'm very glad that I kind of stepped down and away from is because I remember being younger, and because this is more of like a guy conversation than a female conversation, because I don't know how females do like their infatuation with dudes, but the way that dudes infatuate over women, like they will talk shit on you if you can't seal the deal the first time, every time. Like, oh, what, you didn't sleep with her? I didn't realize that was supposed to be my prerogative. I was just trying to figure out how far I could go. Sometimes it's as far as getting her first name, sometimes it's as far as her last name, sometimes as far as touching her cheeks, sometimes as far as touching her private cheeks, either way. I've had so many encounterments with people where it's just like, I know so much about them, but I couldn't tell you the first name. Yeah. Or it's just like, I've seen them naked. And yet again, I still can't tell you the first name. I couldn't tell you the middle name. I couldn't tell you the last name. Or it's like, I can tell you so much about them. Never saw them naked. Never wanted to. Never met their parents. I know exactly their description. I know their first, last. I know the whole entire family history. I've never met a single family member aside from them. And I don't know why. Like, I just know that I have that type of energy that if I sit around long enough, people will just, well, not always, because I've definitely run into people that were skeptical about speaking to me, and I don't blame you. Shit, I'm skeptical of speaking myself sometimes, and it's just after a while, most people just like open up like the floodgates. And I'm just like, when will any of this information be valuable? Like, it's cool that you feel safe enough to say all this shit, but I don't give like. To me personally, it's all it's doing is showing me why you are the way that you are, and then trying to figure out how I can maneuver around with you, or handle you, or coexist with you, or grow with you, or even separate from you. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, how is this going to be effective? And I'm not thinking like, oh, how can I use this as blackmail? I don't care about shit like that. The things that we know change nothing anyways. If people love that person enough, you're a liar regardless if you come with irrefutable proof. photos, videos, undoctored and un-AI affected, and people will still tell you you're making this shit. Okay. I've learned that growing up too, because I used to be the type like, oh, let me get you all the proof so you can't argue me, and then they'll be like, nope, you still made that up. Because I also understand that the ability to lie to some people is such a superpower. It's instantaneous; they don't even have to think about it. Whereas others, they actually have to do some research and actually have to work for it. I would say I'm more in the middle. Like, I could lie like this. I just prefer the truth. Just because I figure if I tell the truth, that means I don't have to remember something else. I just have to be like, yeah, this is the answer, and it's always the answer no matter what. And I also realize I have many answers to the exact same question. Why do you work out? Many answers. Why don't you go sleep on time? Many answers. What makes you happy? Many answers. Try to think of something that actually only has one answer. I don't know. I don't know. I generally believe a lot of the things that I will answer, I have many answers, and then there's just the most popular answer that I'm going to say, because public awareness. There's the answer I want to give, and then the answer that I know if I do give, regardless if it's more true than the other one, I'm going to have to argue this, and I don't feel like I have the time to, or it might destroy reputation or a connection I currently need to be able to proceed. The ability to be able to gatekeep sucks. Well, others can, because like I'm not the type to gatekeep. I'm trying to educate you, so I don't have to worry about the headache layer. Because I figure if you know as much as me, then that means when you run into an issue, you're gonna be able to fix it like I can. Not necessarily the same way I would have, but fuck it. It just means you ain't gotta call me back to help you fix it. That's my thought process. Like I can't call you stupid if I didn't do the job to educate you. I can still call you stupid because I do stupid shit too, but still, it's like at least I know the stupidity compared to how dumb can they actually be. But how do I feel? Mm-hmm. I don't know, I think I feel good. I'm up. I'm active. Nothing's hurting. Thoughts aren't running any more than they normally do. Although I will say these last 40, 72, I don't know, in the past 3 days, 100 something hours has, I don't know. I do know though, I've just been mainly sleeping, waking up, sleeping, waking up. Like the most I've done in the past couple days is go to a library. Like I generally wake up, and in my waking up, I'm thinking, am I losing muscle mass? Which I probably am a little bit, but it's like riding a bike. I'll get it back. I always do. But that's also probably why my muscle progressions don't always go. Like some years I look better than others, some months I look better than others, but tackling my mental on top of trying to keep a good physical, on top of trying to have a decent social, on top of doing this, on top of doing that, and it's just like, with all this juggling, I'd rather just let it all fall and sit on fire and call it a day. Recently, for some reason, I don't know why, I've just been thinking about walking in the like deep-seated forest. I don't mean like, don't get me wrong, I do light excursions and stuff like that, but it's never so far where it's like, oh my god, I don't know where I'm at. I'm so far in the woods. It's normally like, I don't know, I think the farthest I've been inside of a wooded area, probably about 2 miles, give or take. I'm trying to think, because I'm thinking between being here as well as being in Michigan. I know some trails in Michigan I know well enough that I can go deep into and not have to worry about, oh, I don't know where I'm at, compared to here, which is like, yeah, I want to keep it close enough I can still hear traffic or smell the food, because I don't really know the terrain all that well. Or at least I don't believe I do. Either way, I always find a way back. I don't think I'll ever not want this class. But I think the problem with wanting things is sometimes you can want enough that somebody else will create it, and sometimes you have to be the person that creates it. But here's the class I want. How to be human 101. And if that's not autistic coded, then I don't know what the fuck is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, those I don't know preferred pronouns to. How to be human 101. So, when you approach a room, and then you enter it, you first take a seat. Do you first greet the people inside the room? Do you first announce yourself? there's only one right answer, and I don't even know if I have the correct one. Either way, either way, either way. This human thing is so foreign to me. But I don't know. I'm not in jail yet, so I guess I'm doing it right. But that doesn't matter. That's not a good marker. I used to think being a criminal was all black and white. Like, oh, you went to jail because you deserve it. Compared to, oh, you went to jail because they need somebody to do the job and they need somebody to fit the crime and they need somebody, and you just happen to be the closest one because, you know, they're not always doing their job correctly. They're just doing their job. And it's somebody that has done jobs where it's just like, you can embellish just a little bit, you know, just one was a little white lie. What's the difference between a white lie and a black lie? Because I don't know. I remember being told about white lies, but in my opinion, a lie is a lie altogether, regardless if it's white, which is supposedly supposed to be a smaller lie. And I'm just like, my brain can't connect it like that, because a lie is a lie, regardless if it's white, black, orange, green, or I almost said orange again, purple, black. Like, a lie is a lie. But I think I understand what they mean. What white lie is. It's supposed to be something that's less detrimental and less harmful. But in my world, it all hurts the exact same. But it's not. It's like being punched by a kid and being punched by an adult. You would assume the adult hits harder. And I say it like that because I've been hit by all age groups. There's some kids that hit me like an adult, and I'm just like, wow, you're already an adventure danger threat, and you're only 7. That's fucked up. You better be nice to the police, because I doubt they're going to be nice to you. That's fucked up. It is what it is. But how do I feel? I don't know. Through my skin, I think. Is that the correct answer? Is that the correct answer? Is that the correct answer? Please correct me if I'm using the wrong answer. Autistic coded as well. I do a lot of coded things, but if you're not educated enough, you won't understand it. You won't get it. You don't want to get it. It's easier to pick on somebody because you think they're normal compared to, we already know it's rude and it says a lot about you to pick on the disabled people. But you don't look disabled, and you didn't look like an idiot, and then you spoke. Because you don't have to agree about the brain, but this bitch got a medical record to it.